All right, this one will be short. So what we want to do is we want to be able to do a query not just when the app loads, because that's good, but we want to allow the user to refresh the list just in case there's something that's changed on the server and they want to get it. The way iPhone has done this, it's just kind of become a common pattern, is you pull down on the table, and then if you pull down far enough, there's like a little spinner and it refreshes. Turns out since iOS 6, it's really easy to do. So we're going to do that to do a refresh. So go ahead and make sure your project is open. What I want you to do is I want you to find, looks like I'm already there, the master view controller. Find the view did load. That should be right at the top, so it's pretty easy to find. And what we're going to do is we're going to create a refresh control. It turns out that every UI table view controller has one built in. So we're just going to make one, and then we're going to assign it to that property. So these things are called UI refresh controls. And so I'm just going to go ahead and call the variable also refresh control, just with a lowercase. And what we're going to do is we're just going to alloc init it. No surprise there. And then what we're going to do is we're going to say, hey, refresh control, add a target, action, and control events for certain control events. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say, what function should I call for what events? So target is what object are you going to call it on? So we're going to call it on self. It's a function we're going to write. And we're going to go ahead and have it call the query for quotes. So if you pull down, it'll just call query for quotes, which is cool. And then you need a UI control event. One of the things that I like about Xcode is you can just start typing UI control event and then see what it is. I'm just going to have to look it up. It's event value changed is the one we want. So event value changed. So if we do that, we've now made a refresh control, which is going to get called at the right time. The last thing that we'd like to do is we're going to assign it to the already existing member variable. So we're actually assigning this. I didn't create this. This is just made by UI table view controller. And so we're going to assign it to the one that we're using. You probably could have organized this code differently, but this is how I saw the example, so this is how we did it. So now we've got our refresh control. It's going to call query for quotes. One more thing you have to do, you have to tell it to stop refreshing at some point. So the time when it's going to stop refreshing is going to be when the query for quotes comes back, right? So it came back, so we're going to reload the table data, and we're also going to say self.refresh control, and then it's like end refreshing. I think that looks pretty good there. So let's give it a go. Let's go ahead and decide if we're going to talk to localhost or deployed. I'll tell you what, I'll do localhost testing. Doesn't really matter what you do. So I'm going to go ahead and fire my app up here. Looks like when it loads up, it's actually, I don't think I have any quotes yet. My localhost doesn't have any quotes. Perfect time to test. So if I go to localhost, which I do have running right now, and I add a quote. So let's just say, just added this quote, some movie. So now it's in my localhost. And then over here, what I need to do is I need to pull it down, and then it'll look for some quotes. And so it says, just added this quote. And so that's kind of it, right? So the idea is that if somebody using some other device changes the data that's in the cloud, and you want to see, hey, do I have the latest? You just pull down, it'll check for the latest. Pretty simple topic, so pretty short video. That's it for this time. We're going to come back next time, and we're going to learn more about insert. See you then.